Can you believe it's been 14 years since the first Incredibles movie? They used to have to hand draw Easter egg videos on cave walls with a rock back then. Thank goodness for technology, am I right? The new Incredibles picks up right where the first movie left off. A lot of the new film centers on the media frenzy surrounding Elastigirl's comeback. At one point, we see a TV showing an old archival interview with Elastigirl from back in the day. This is the same interview footage that opened up the first Incredibles movie. The Underminer who appears in both Incredibles films is voiced by John Ratzenberger, known as Pixar's Good Luck Charm. He's appeared in every Pixar film to date. He's Ham in the Toy Story films, the Abominable Snowman in Monsters, Inc., Mac the Truck in Cars, Mustafa the Waiter in Ratatouille, and recently played Juan Ortundancia in Coco. At one point, Edna mentions that Jack loves Mozart and that playing it brings out his latent powers. We previously learned this in the 2005 short Jack Attack, in which Jack's babysitter Kari made the same upsetting discovery after turning on the Piano Sonata No. 11. Also, did anyone else notice that the bad lady's name is Evil Endeavor, and if you switch around the pronunciation, it sounds like Evil Endeavor? We don't know whether superheroes Dinah Guy and Gazer Beam, who have a special connection to the Devers' parents in the new movie, liked Mozart, but we do know how they died thanks to the first Incredibles. Beyond just the first Incredibles, the film features riffs on the wider Disney and Pixar universe if you really pay close attention to the backgrounds. One of the hypnotizing clocks we see in Screenslaver's apartment bears a familiar three-circle Mickey Mouse shape. Plus, that monorail running through downtown looks a lot like the one they have over there at Disneyland and Disney World. The familiar Pizza Planet delivery truck from Toy Story also makes an appearance in the Incredibles 2 universe, and it's been retroized to fit into the 1950s environment. And take a close look at the wallpaper and baby Jack's nursery. It features a seal balancing the recognizable yellow Pixar ball on its nose. The ball has become a logo for the company since appearing in the short Luxo Jr. and the Toy Story films. It's somewhere in the background of every single Pixar feature. Yes, even The Good Dinosaur. Beyond these little visual details, the entire world of The Incredibles is a parody of comic book superheroes, so there's a lot of jokes and references to familiar characters. The film opens with the concluding action scene from the first Incredibles movie. This time we see the Underminer's attack from the perspective of Violet's classmate, Tony Reidinger. This is the same technique Zack Snyder used to open Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, where we see the conclusion of Man of Steel but recreated from Bruce Wayne's perspective. Oh, and Elastigirl laments that her new costume is dark and angsty, a common observation made about the Snyderverse.
I had a mohawk. There's a lot about me you don't know.
She also references having had a motorcycle and a mohawk in the past. She was like Tank Girl.
I like pain.
Now, writer-director Brad Bird is a big Johnny Quest fan and has admitted the classic cartoon's influence on The Incredibles. The new movie makes the connection, featuring a Quest billboard in the city of New Urban and a scene where Dash watches an old Johnny Quest episode on TV. Digger's Mindwipe technology to protect the par's secret identity closely resembles the one Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones use in Men in Black, which is based on a comic, so it counts here. And consider that Winston and Evil Endeavor are wealthy heirs motivated by the untimely death of their parents at the hands of a criminal, just like Bruce Wayne and Oliver Queen, and come to think of it, Tony Stark. Evelyn's evil plan as the Screenslaver is to hypnotize people using psychedelic images projected onto their TV screens. It's the same process employed by the Riddler in Batman Forever. She makes fewer pop culture references and silly voices, though. And how about that Incredibile? It's named as an homage to the Batmobile, but most closely resembles James Bond's tricked-out gadget cars, starting with Goldfinger. According to Brad Bird, the big Elastigirl vs. Screenslaver fight was also inspired by the memorable train showdown from the Bond film From Russia with Love.
Must be a pretty sick collection of minds to dream up a plan like that.
Let's consider all of Jack's newly discovered superhero powers, all of which riff on powers we've seen in the hands of other heroes. He can create interdimensional portals like Doctor Strange, phase through walls like Kitty Pryde, morph into a monster like the Hulk, self-combust like the Human Torch, shoot laser beams from his eyes like Superman or Cyclops or Gazer Beam, can turn huge like Giant Man or Apache Chief, and can create multiple copies of himself like the Multiple Man. Hopefully he doesn't also develop reflexes powers, because those are just disturbing. Oh, and did you catch the movie title that's on the marquee at the very end when Violet and Tony finally get to go out on their date? It says Dementia 113. This is a dual reference to both the animation classroom that the Pixar guys went to, A113, and Francis Ford Coppola's early horror film, Dementia 13. Whoa, that's a deep cut. Okay, that's basically all the incredible stuff we found in Incredibles 2. Quick reminder to stay put for the credits if you want to hear classic versions of the main character's superhero theme songs. Is that an Easter egg or just Brad Bird being clever? Or am I having a stroke? Let us know what you think in the comments below!